All right, well, first it's important to take a look at the challenges. IT accounts for roughly 2% of CO2 emissions. To put this into perspective, it's roughly the same as the aviation industry. Big problem. IT energy usage is expected to double by 2012. Data centers consumed 180 billion kilowatt hours in 2007, and large data centers can demand as much as 70 kilowatts of electricity. Another issue is commercial electricity costs are rising year over year. Energy bills for IT data centers are starting to approach the cost of the infrastructure itself. Cooling alone can be between 50 to 100% of the power consumption. Roughly $30 billion in power and cooling was spent in 2007 industry-wide. 1 watt of application equates to roughly 27 watts of support. So you can see the costs associated with electricity, power usage around this problem. The availability of power is sometimes a problem as well, sometimes dictating where a data center can or cannot be located. Underutilized resources in the data center is a problem. If your resources are utilized under 10%, which is typical, this could equate to $140 billion in excess server capacity. All the while, you have continually increasing demands for capacity and compute resources. And at the high level, at the executive level, there are mandates to deploy sustainable business practices and reduce the carbon footprint. All right, now we're going to take a look at the benefits of green IT. At a high level, there's financial, operational, and social benefits. Reduction in power and cooling, reduction in floor space requirements, increased utilization rates, sometimes 2 to 4 times. Increased automation often yields a decrease in support costs. You have energy savings, in some cases upwards of 40%, yielding lower carbon footprint. Cost savings across the board in terms of energy savings and infrastructure savings. And what we're finding is a lot of customers putting this saved capital back into their businesses by purchasing new infrastructure and growing their data centers. Peripheral benefits also are really well defined because as you reduce the number of servers, you can then reduce the number of networking ports, have a more optimized LAN within the data center, reduce cabling, power, cooling associated with that. A big benefit clearly is the rapid return on investment, in many cases under 2 years. So the investment that you're putting into a green IT strategy pays off indefinitely. And finally, I would say one of the big benefits for IT managers and CIOs and for the industry at large is gaining expertise in green data center best practices.